Oh, and welcome to episode 72 of Ripping the Rack podcast, the longest running weekly episodic podcast regarding Candlepin Bowling on the interwebs today. I am your host, or not your host, I am a host. There's tri-host tonight. Calvin needs to be muted already. My name is Tim. With me today is not Marky. Marky, we send our condolences to you and Mel and the family on the loss of Mel's grandmother. Please give her our love, and we're thinking of you guys. So Marky will not be joining us. So with us today is the King of the North, Calvin Locke. How you doing, buddy?
How are we tonight?
Good.
It's been a long week. Stupid Mondays. Mondays suck. I hate Mondays.
It has been the longest week ever today.
Yeah. I know. It really has.
And with us is the Coastal Crusader on his other show. On our show, he is Brian Athern. Brian, how you doing?
What's going on? Tired. Very tired.
I got stung today.
You got stunk?
By a yellow jacket.
Really?
Yes, and it hurt, and I can still feel it.
Right in the back of the neck?
Yep. Well, I'm kind of allergic too, but yeah.
You didn't swell up though, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, no, but I could start to feel the sinuses and stuff. I was getting like, they were like, "Man, Tim, you're kind of getting a little
Benadryl?"
red." No, I just figured time would like take care of it.
Just die.
Oh my god.
No, someone had an EpiPen. They're all good.
Oh, Tim. Tim.
Oh God, Tim.
What?
Hi.
Sometimes.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm asking
Tim.
you. That's why I said, how you doing?
Let's start with letters this week. Let's start with lock letters so we don't miss them.
We can do that.
What are you reading, Timothy?
I am trying to find the lock letters that I had for us. Because this is how I roll. All right. So how about an episode? How about, well, no, I was prepared. How about you guys could prepare. You guys are hosts.
We don't get the lock letters.
Yeah.
Y'all have access to the email.
No, I do not.
And the YouTubes and everything.
And the YouTubes.
And the YouTubes.
And the YouTubes. So anyway, how about this?
Okay.
Our first question comes to us from a listener who shall remain nameless. They would like to know what our thoughts are on trash talking. That was the exact. It was a Snapchat that I got. It was a Snapchat that I got, and it said, "Hey, I have a discussion topic for you." I said, "Okay." He goes, "What's your thoughts on trash talking?" Well, y'all know me.
Yeah, I think I'm very pro trash talking.
I'm gonna let Calvin. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
And give me your thoughts on trash talking in the game of Candlepin Bowling.
If you're not good at it, don't do it. It takes a special kind of talent to trash talk and still be good on the lanes at the same time. So if you can't trash talk and back it up, don't do it. There is an extent to it, of course. Like, you don't go tell somebody their mama's so ugly and stuff like that, or you might if you're making fun of Tim.
You call my mama ugly?
You leave Betty alone. She's a saint.
She's a saint. But I enjoy trash talking. It as long as you know how to not take it seriously, it's so much fun. This guy misses a 9-pin break. Oh, you could have thrown a beach ball at that one, and then you go up, miss a 9-pin break, and he says, "I hear crickets," and it's just so much fun. You just go back and forth, and it adds to the game. I enjoy the trash talking. There's trash talking in every sport. You see guys run by and running by. Heck, if you even look at like Giancarlo Stanton and Francisco Lindor when they were trash talking each other going around the bases. Like, it's the fun of the competition is to trash talk, but you gotta know your limits and know how to take a joke.
That's my
So-
comment to it, is read the room. That's the only thing I say, is just read the room. Know who you're talking to. Like, there are certain people, when they have a few adult beverages, that you don't say things to because they may or may not punch you in the face. Like, it's just read the room.
Yeah.
So, my answer to this person was there is a fine line between having fun and trash talking. I personally am not a fan of trash talking. I'm not. I am a fan of having fun. For example, when I bowl on Thursday nights with Brian, we have fun. We give each other shit. I don't call. Oh, laundry's done.
Laundry's done.
Angie!
Angie!
Yo, Angie, what you doing?
There's a fine line between, again, what I would consider having fun, which is friendly banter between friends, and trash talking. And they came back to me and they were talking about how they love to trash talk, and they gave me examples and names, and I was like, I was always taught to let my bowling do my trash talking. Not that my bowling is trash, but just let my bowling do the talking. I don't think I trash talk. Maybe I do. I'm sure I did in the past. I do. No, I'm not trying to be facetious when I say that. I'm sure I did when I was younger.
Oh, you did. I can recall a certain triple strike pool night in Augusta where there was some trash being talked.
All right. So that to me wasn't trash talking, but maybe it was. So let me set. No, let me set.
Well,
Are we gonna have an Am I the Asshole segment?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Am I the asshole here? So the triple strike.
We're gonna be like Ellen. We're getting too many segments.
So the triple strike pool in Augusta back in the day was good. It was like $300 or $400, and they would do it if you threw a triple strike in the same string as someone else. They went by who threw it first, not because you went second and you went fifth, but who threw it first in the string.
Right.
Meaning, did you throw it in the first 3 boxes or the last 3 boxes?
Right.
So, a gentleman threw the triple strike in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th box, and they were bowling next to us. And they're all excited, and they're all cheering, and oh my God, I just won 3, get the can, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of looked over and said, guys, I haven't bowled yet. Like, I haven't had a chance yet, so don't be counting your money yet. And they're like, oh, blah, blah. And I said, no, seriously, I'm going to do it in the first 3 boxes. So I got up and I threw the strike in the first box. And you hear, oh, you're such an ass, blah, blah, blah. And I guess kind of turned around and give him a little smirk, like, you know what's coming now. And I threw the second strike. And I just turned around and looked, and now they're all like, you got to be shitting me. So I did turn around and I said, hey, can someone go get the can and start counting the money? Because I'm about to win it.
Yeah. Yep.
And I turned around and I threw the ball. And the only thing I truly remember, I just turned around. I didn't even watch the ball hit. I knew it when it left my hand that it was probably the best ball that I'd thrown in a while. And Brian started, he was laughing and cheering and whatnot. And the guy's like, oh my God, you're such an asshole. And I was like, whatever. And I kind of turned and I said, so how much did I just win? So am I the asshole?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It was kind of
hilarious.
comical to watch the gentleman's face go from exuberance to slowly like, what? Oh my fucking God, I don't have that money. Like, it was just like,
So to me, that to me isn't trash talking. That's having fun.
So to you, Tim, that is having fun. To the person on the receiving end of that,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
fun.
You're the bully. Haven't you seen like Big Bang Theory, where the
Yeah.
two smart girls are in the room and they're like, "Oh, I had this my bully," and then Penny comes out. We never really had bullies at my school. We were all just, really enjoying each other's misery. Like,
So you're saying I'm Penny?
yeah, you're Penny. Yeah, you're the bully.
Huh? Well,
I was gonna
guess
go with Wallowitz, but okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Wallowitz is all right. I think I'm more like Raj though. He's sensitive.
Timmy, you might be the most opposite person of Rajesh Kuthrapali I've ever seen in my entire life.
So what you're saying is you can't talk to women, you're very feminine, and you enjoy cooking.
And you have a little dog named Cinnamon.
And little dogs.
I have cats.
Oh, you have cats.
So anyway, back to the trash talking question. So I guess I don't know. I don't classify that as trash talk. Is that trash? Okay, so that's
yeah.
All right. So I guess I
absolutely
do.
is.
I guess I do.
Yeah.
I trash talk with my friends though. I don't trash talk people I don't know, and I don't trash talk people that I'm just not.
What's the fun in that? You trash talk everybody.
I don't.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You do. You should.
Well, no, because I don't know them.
What's the point?
I don't want to.
What's the point?
I don't want to get punched in the face.
What? So what? Nobody's gonna punch you in the face, man.
My wife is going to punch me in the face.
This is coming from a guy who may never. I have a feeling Calvin has not been punched in the face in his life.
Exactly, because you gotta know how to do it. You gotta do it well. Actually,
that strategy works until you become the guy who has been punched in the face before.
Actually, that's not true. In high school, this guy thought he was some big shot, and I told him, I said, "All right," because I was tired of listening to him, and he was trash talking me, Tim. he was trash talking me. So I told him, "Listen, if you got a problem," I said, "you got one shot." I said, "Go ahead, punch me in the face. So if that'll make you feel better, go for it." He turned, he punched me in the face. I was like, that was good. And then I turned and knocked him out. I said, "Does that make you feel better?" So yes, I've been punched in the face before.
Okay. Well, touche, salesman.
Yeah, but not
Brian, what's your so when you're saying reading the room, are you
like, there are certain times in which to trash talk, and there are certain times in which you probably shouldn't. And reading the room is important. Like, if somebody just missed a 9-drop to get knocked out of the playoffs, that is probably not the time to say, "Hey, man, that pin was kind of lonely down there, huh?" Like, that might not be the time to do it.
Or when you go to Dave Godwin and say, "Hey, man, how's that 7-pin looking?" Was that not the right time to do that, or was that too soon?
Yeah.
Was that too soon, or?
I have no comment on that. I was on the other side of that match.
I know, but that's the point. Like, was that too soon when I went up to him right after he had done that, or was?
I don't know. I was giving Dave his space.
All right. So there is your answer on trash talking.
I think Calvin answered that very well, actually.
I don't know. I guess maybe as I've gotten older, I look at trash talking just a little bit differently. And I probably do.
I mean, it's not like it was back in the worlds in the early mid 90s where people used to make other people like cry on the lane. Like,
oh, I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Tim, it's okay, bud. Bullies never know when they're bullies, so you can keep thinking you don't trash talk.
I do not. Now, currently, within the last 3 or 4 years, I don't believe Brian, do I trash talk? Answer honestly, please. Answer honestly. I can take it.
Do it, Brian. Don't.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think how to classify this because, I understand him as my friend. So if you make a shot and he says, "Hey, that's a good shot for you."
But that's not trash talking.
Calvin seems to think otherwise.
That was a really good shot for how you bull.
But
I'm not making fun of you at all. That was just a really good shot for how you bull. Oh, you had a 92? That's really good for you. Good job.
Brian,
No, that's
Jackass.
it says congratulations on your new high single.
Yeah, that's Freshie. That's a different other short guy.
Is it seriously? Do I trash talk now?
No, you jokingly jab at your friends now.
Okay,
Now.
That's the Wikipedia definition of trash talking.
Well, no, because there's
Oh,
Come on.
he'll,
Sorry,
he'll
talking to one of my kitties.
I thought you were talking to your wiener. Come
no,
on,
you're
little
talking
guy.
to your nipple because you got your hand up there.
Come on, little guy.
Come on.
You got this.
Are you coming up?
Okay, all right. So what's
You
next
come
on
up.
the agenda, Tim?
Tim,
Okay.
leave your pussy alone.
Sorry.
Let's talk
Okay,
bowling.
so now that we know your take on trash talking, folks, we have this question, and it's kind of long. So, whoa, hi. Uh-oh. So,
I wonder what's inside its butthole. We're about to find out.
no. This person says, second question first. Is there room today for a traveling team professional league, either New England wide or maybe in Maine? I tried to put something in motion about 7 or 8 years ago, but it didn't take off. Similar to the ACST, but teams instead of singles. Similar to Friday Night Pro League, only for everyone, not just Boston local. I know there are a lot of tournaments already, but is there a place for something like a NFL, NBA, MLB in our game? Like a 16-team, 4 divisions of 4 type league, run with a commissioner, draft, trades, post center league, pro bowler, pro-am type thing.
I would say no. I would say something that there could be is kind of like they used to have a long time ago. I wasn't around when it was they had a traveling trophy in a sense, like a King of the Hill type tournament, but a traveling one. So, like, for example, let's say Kingswood has the trophy. Well, if it's to travel to Moncton, well, they travel to Moncton with the trophy and they face a Moncton team. The loser has to pay for bowling, and whatever the money is you put in, whatever. So say like $20 a guy or something like that, but you're taking the trophy. So you're just kind of like a traveling tournament, and unless you're the winner, you may only bowl like once every 4 months. So it's not as expensive as you are. And if you're the winner, you're not paying for bowling ever. So it's still pretty inexpensive for you anyway. So I think there could be something where you may not have teams bowling every month, where like a league, you're like, okay, well, I have to bowl every month on like the third weekend, right? Where I could have 2 or 3 tournaments that I could choose from. Or it could be, unless you're the winners, right? You don't bowl every month. You'll be like, all right, well, I'll try again in 5 months when it's our turn to try again.
Brian?
Maine used to have something similar. My dad was telling me about it again way back before my time, but they used to have monthly marathons where each house would send 5 of their best bowlers to a different house.
Yeah.
And everybody would just show up there and you would bowl. And it was, like Bangor would send a team, Rockland sent a team, Waldoboro sent a team. Probably back then it was Gardner and Waterville. I don't know if Augusta was back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Well, there was a couple of different bowling alleys that could have been back then.
But anyways, you would have the 5 best bowlers from that house show up and they bowl the other guys. And it was monthly and they would have it every month and you just figure out who won the most at the end of the year.
I'm going to say my quick answer is no. There is no room today for a traveling team league.
Oh, I didn't really answer that, but my thought on that is just real quick. You could have that. The issue is you're going to cut probably 50 to 65% of all your other tournaments out because you're not going to have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the reasons I was going to say no. The other one is, honestly, you're just not going to get your mass bowlers that are going to travel up to Maine. And you're not going to get your majority of Maine bowlers are not going to travel down to Massachusetts.
Not for a three or 5 string match, honestly.
Typically, no. The Pro League, the Friday Night Pro League has, historically has had just a small handful of Maine bowlers that would travel down. Scott LaPierre, Jeff LaPierre,
or even sub.
Mark Smith. Those were the 3 that I can think of right off the top of my head from
DJ
Maine.
Trask bowled in it for a while.
DJ did for a year.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not going to probably get that. And again, Maine's funny when it comes to trying to put together things. And I say that with all due respect to all the other centers and everything. But I've traveled a lot for this game. Traveled a lot to bowl for this game, and I've sacrificed a lot to bowl.
We just traveled 6 hours yesterday.
Yeah, to bowl in a once a month pro league, because that's where the competition is.
Yeah.
So the problem that you're going to get, especially up here in Maine, is you only now have a handful of bowlers that are truly averaging call it 118 to 118 higher, 120 higher. You really only have a small handful of bowlers. The majority of your bowlers are now averaging somewhere between, for something that would do this, somewhere between that 110 to 118 range. Nothing wrong with that. There's just not the type of bowling. There's not the competition that there used to be. And I just don't feel that people travel the way they used to. I mean,
they don't have any incentive to.
No,
that's
you got to go
part
to
of it.
I'll tell you now. You want to bowl for money, you got to go to Massachusetts.
Absolutely.
New Hampshire and Massachusetts. That's. I mean, you had Outrun the Bear on Saturday, and we'll get to that in a little bit. They paid $2,000 to the winner
For first place. Yeah.
For first place,
And they
had
probably
sponsors.
Yeah. And they maybe only spent like $75 on the day because it's $65 to enter, isn't it? Or
yeah, it's like it was $60 to $65 to enter, and then you could buy back unlimited the first 3 strings.
Right.
And then once, if you didn't buy back during those first 3, you could buy back once the remainder of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I think what was a buyback, like $10, $15, something like that.
And I think
in the first 3 strings it's 10, and then after I think the one buyback was 15.
Okay,
I think
so
it was more after.
Let's say at the most you spend $100.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You made $1,900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like 10 strings or 11 strings, is that what they have?
Something like that. I think it turned out to be maybe 11 strings, 10 or 11 strings. The money. I talked to Lexi at Leda Lanes, and they don't take any money for their tournaments. Like Easter, they don't take any money for the lineage.
No.
It all goes to the prize. It all goes to the prize fund. And
they get you lunch.
And they get you lunch.
Yeah.
So if you wanna bowl for money, you gotta be willing to travel. 2, you gotta be willing to travel down south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it is not happening up here in Maine.
Or here in Canada.
Or in Canada.
Yeah.
So my answer to that, unfortunately, is as much as it would be pretty cool to have a league like that where you could have a franchise and you could make trades and, I'm going to trade you, so-and-so for so-and-so in a first round pick in next year's draft. I mean, how cool would that be to be able to
imagine what that would do for junior bowling when you would have draft classes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. The second question, since COVID, he's bowled very little. Last bowling season, they bowled the Maine once a month league, so 30 games January through April, took the summer off. And typically they've always bowled 40 to 60 games a month during the season between leagues and tournaments. They just bowled the main state singles. They weren't ready for bowling 10 games at once. And they wanted to know, how long do you think it will take to get back to normal form now that they're back to a 4-game, once-a-week league and plan to do most of the main state events?
Good gracious. I don't know, like December probably. No, I would say I'm like, to be honest, I've never had that. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I've never had a problem of coming back. My thing is mostly like the energy, right? Like, so at leagues, like usually, and again, not trying to toot the own horn, but usually like my first night back from leagues, I usually have like 380 to 420, something like that is usually my first night at leagues. And it's just like the energy of going back into leagues, and you're like, all right, let's competition, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, granted,
You're motivated.
Yeah, motivated. And usually my first night is usually up against Corey, so that's even more motivation or fun, right? Like, it's like, I know I'm going to have a good night because Corey and I are going to go back and forth, and we're going to throw marks, and, you're going to do this. And then after the first night, I'm kind of like, okay, when's the first tournament? So then, you just kind of going up there, you're throwing 3 strings to just kind of throw your 3 strings and be done, and you're done. And then you get to the first tournament, and I'm like, all right, jacked up. Because, like, September of last year, kind of as COVID was slowly a little bit dying off or whatever, but we were still in COVID, I had thrown, like, 3 strings, and then we went to our September tournament, which we were supposed to have this past weekend in Nova Scotia, and last year, and I think I averaged 132 for the day. Like, so it's the energy of competition and stuff that really gets me going. Not really how many strings I bowled. If I have to throw like 27 strings before I go bowl. No, it's the drive to go bowl well is what really gets me. So I'm a little different in that aspect, but
Brian?
I don't know. For a long time, I bowled pretty much year round. I did for a long time. I bowled winter and summer. This was one of the few years I didn't bowl, and a lot of it was for COVID, and my little guy's 2.5 going on 3. It's harder to bowl a lot. I always found though, whenever if I did take a summer off, it wasn't so much. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. It wasn't so much rust as it was just being the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Like, you just sore and slow for a while on the approach, and then you kind of get worked into it. And then the worst part is always that next morning after you bowl for the first time in like 3 or 4 months, and you just hurt. And you wake up and you're like, why does my shoulder hurt? And you're like, oh, that's right. But it's weird parts of your shoulder you don't expect, like the whole like right side of your chest hurts because you've been throwing, and like your left hip hurts from sliding, and you're like, wait, why? It's like the muscles you don't use on a day-to-day basis hurt. Yeah, so I honestly think for this particular person, maybe 2 or 3 league nights and you'll be fine. But I would say probably don't go out and try and bowl 25 games to sharpen up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have not bowled a summer league in almost 30 years. I pretty much take the summer off. I bowl the mixed worlds, obviously, when they have it. Or at least I have the last 5. Well, I only bowl the Can-Am when I'm asked to sub because I'm not good enough to have a spot.
You're first on the waiting list, though, per the committee.
I've been first on the waiting list for how many years?
Well, I'm just saying, now it's public recorded knowledge. You're first on the waiting list.
So for me, it doesn't take me long to get back into it just because I've done it for so long that it's all muscle memory. For me, it's my hands. It's getting the callus back. The way I grip a ball and the way I hold the ball.
Yeah, I got some blisters already.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have. If I have a tournament, that first week in September or something like that, it's like, shit, I know my hands are going to hurt. I know my knee's going to hurt. I know my back's going to hurt.
Comparable to that Wednesday morning or that Thursday morning of the Worlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my answer is it's probably, and I know this person, and I know they bowled a lot in the past. It's not going to take more than 2 or 3 weeks of league to start to get back to the muscle memory that they remember. Yeah. It's just not good. That's me. If this is someone that was not a tournament bowler in the past, and they didn't put those strings in the past, it's going to take them a lot longer, because you don't have the muscle memory of the years of the years of tournament play and those types of muscles that are used for that.
Yeah, I think it depends on your age too. Obviously Calvin and I are going to bounce back a little quicker than Timmy is. If we all took the summer off and we all went out and bowled 10 to 15 games one day, I bet Calvin and I may be in a little better shape than you would be, Tim, the next day.
I don't know. I was pretty good in August.
I know, but I'm saying, like, somebody who is in their early 20s is not going to, be as affected by a lot of bowling as someone in their mid 50s.
So you're saying I'm old?
Yes, yeah. Tim, you're old.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were saying...
In the game of bowling, Tim, in the grand scheme of things, in the game of tournament competitive bowling, you are on the older side. I'm not saying that means you're not good. Look at, Holbrook, the older generation that paved the way for guys like Calvin, and I'm not even putting myself anywhere near that, so don't even start thinking I'm being vain or anything. But, the elite bowlers of today, like, they're going to bounce back a little bit better. Like, I'm sorry, younger guys are going to have more in the tank Friday afternoon in the first playoff match than somebody who's 50. It's just how it is. It's science.
I don't trust the science, though.
Oh, you're wrong. to quote a short, bald man all the time, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Who does that?
You're wrong.
You short, bald man.
You're wrong. Wrong. And anyway, so I think we talked about this last week because I forgot to mark it down that we did. Did we talk about the changing of a technique and approach?
Yes.
We didn't, did we? Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Did we talk about the hard throws, the benefit versus detriment?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we did answer questions then.
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
So those are my questions on luck letters.
Let's talk
tournaments. Let's talk Outrun the Bear.
Sure.
That was this weekend. Fantastic job as usual. I wish I was able to make it. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend. However, let me share a screen or two here, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So, can you guys see that?
I see a black screen.
Give us a second. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So, here are the results, and then I'll jump over to the actual true results. First, obviously, a huge congratulations to Aaron Fontaine.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Aaron might be the grandchild of a certain Hall of Fame bowler. Some people think he's the best ever. Some people, those that think he is. It's Tommy Olsted.
Those that watched him bowl, you mean?
Yeah, those that might have watched him bowl.
Yeah.
So nice first place prize there. $2,000 to the winner.
Yeah.
What we talked about earlier, you got to travel to win that type of money.
Yep. Jimbo, another solid showing. This is what the second or third singles in a row that he's either won or come in second, I think.
Didn't he get third the last one they had? I thought he was like third or fourth the last outrun the bear. Because it was the same thing. He got down and he hadn't used his buyback yet. And I don't think he used this one until the third last string, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
There was one I think the one he won, he didn't use the buyback.
Did
didn't
he
use
win
one at
that
all.
one?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so.
Remember.
Corey Packard, third place, nice $550.
Yeah.
Our resident 10-pin, duck-pin, candlepin bowler, Matt Nichols.
Travel anywhere, Matt Nichols.
Travel
Yeah.
anywhere, Matt Nichols. Chris McDonough, Chris Parkinson, Lou Gatarna, and Scott Douglas all cashing. Tournament high single went to Matt and Joey with a 151. Don't know if they each got 215 or if they split it. I think they probably split it, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
And then triple strike pool was not hit.
I think they should carry that over instead of putting it back in the prize pool.
Well, maybe you can't bowl in the next one, which you paid for that one.
Yeah, too bad.
And
That's
let's
how
see
you
the
get
results.
big.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Man, poor Tim Douglas. Averaged 126 and knocked out in game 7. Ooh.
Wait, he got knocked out with a 121?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Well, yeah, look at game 7. 33, 35, 23, 27, 24, 33,
Yeah.
32. And then the other ones probably had their buybacks and Tim didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tim
Wow.
probably bought back after his 105 in game 6.
Yeah.
So I believe they had 50, it doesn't add up here, but 50 some odd entrants.
Okay.
So not bad. Like I said, I really want to get down to this. Love the format. I really think it's pretty cool. Obviously,
Yeah, me too.
you know, traveling the distance that Brian and I would have to travel, it's kind of tough for me to be like, okay, well, I'm going to pay, X amount of money, the gas, whatever. Shit, I might only bowl 3 strings.
Yeah.
But that's a chance.
Yeah.
Chance I'm taking for $2,000. I mean,
for $2,000, exactly. I'd take that chance.
Yeah.
Yep. Solid back 5 for Aaron. 26, 33, 30, 21, 33, 34.
That's how you close.
Yep. What else do we got in here for now? I'd like to congratulate Freshie on showing up.
Good job, Freshie. Good job on your new high 575. Good job, bud.
Hey, it is better than his Pro Series in Portsmouth.
Well, I know. That's what I mean.
He's
He
really
he's come a long way. That Nick Zufaletto. He's coming into his own. I think 575. That's good job, bud. MVP honors right there. MVP. You got this, bud. You're gonna be ready for Worlds.
They did have a couple of women sign up and bowl, which is great to see. Lori Lewis and Allie Fournier both giving it a run. Well, Lori made it to, I think, game 6. Looks like she bought back game 4, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Nick should have to supply his own pencil for keeping score, or do you think like Surratt and Barber will give him his own pencil to keep score?
I think that the center, I think Lita Lanes is going to provide the paper and pen.
I can get him in touch with my stationery guy that used to help me out every November. So
you should get him one made. You should get him a pen made bench warmer for Lucky Strike. I wonder if you could get that engraved on it and give it to him. Do you think that would be nice. That'd be good, right? It'd be so nice to commemorate him not throwing a ball at Worlds. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Calvin, you had a tournament.
Is it my turn to share screens?
It is.
This is scary.
All right. Yeah, no. Let's see if I can do it.
Let's make sure you get the don't share the porn one, please.
Why not? Did that work?
Yes.
Ah, nailed it. All right. So this was it's not very easily readable, but there's our tournament from this weekend. And we have our winner was down here at the bottom, the very last guy right here, Greg Clues, ended up with a 967 for 7 strings. Then we had Travis Wallace, ended up with a 926. Then we had, I think that was Lynn Ward. Lynn Ward bowled really well all day.
Nice.
Yeah, she ended up 3rd. 4th was her worst half, but her good bowler there, Kevin Gratton. He ended up with 905 for 4th place.
I thought Kevin was retiring.
Yeah, he says that every year. He's been retired for like 10 years now. We had in 5th place Grant Johnson with an 889. And Randy, I can never remember his last name. He ended up in 6th.
Nice job, Randy.
Yeah, and then Mr. Ryan Flynn ended up 7th with an 880 for 7.
And where was your name?
Where's Calvin?
My name was just a little short. I was 7 pins. I had 873.
Oh, I think I see you right there.
Yeah, right here.
How did Corey bowl?
Corey, not so great today, or that day. He had a rough going. So at Kingswood with the automated scoring, they give red dots if you have splits. Corey went 7 for 8 on his first 8 boxes. Were all splits. So he was having a joyous time. Yeah, we were having a good battle, him and I. I think it ended up he had 111 and I had 103 the first game. So it was a real good battle of who could try to miss the head pin but not. It was unfortunate because
you guys were starting to bet on splits for dots rather than actual dots.
Yeah, we were betting on who could get the most 8 boxes. Because that was about as best as we were getting. So, yeah, it was good. Greg Clues gets free entry into next month's tournament, which I believe is October 24th. Talking to Corey that weekend. I can't remember if that's an actual weekend. Probably the 26th, I think, or whatever it is. No, 24th.
It is the 24th. I believe that's the same day as the Exeter Once a Month Pros.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be that weekend, I believe, is when we're gonna do the next one. So it was fun. Good turnout. I think we had 34, which is pretty good for that.
That is a good turnout.
Yeah, for kind of a singles handicap thing. So yeah, it was a good turnout. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to see some tournament play.
Yeah.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, good to see some.
I have nothing to share, so
No.
No, because he doesn't want to share. He's gonna hold his sharing until later.
Ah, okay.
yeah.
A little private sharing. Okay.
Yeah. So the first 2 matches of the Exeter Once a Month Pro League was yesterday. Long drive.
I bet.
Brian, thank you for keeping me awake on the ride home.
Yeah. I told you some of my strategies of keeping yourself awake. I hope those help later on.
Did you just get him to talk about himself for like 8 hours?
No. Stay awake, Calvin.
Stay awake, Calvin.
No, but he talks about himself. He's.
No, I do not.
No, I taught him the trick, and only guys can do this. You're sitting there, if you're falling asleep, you just flip yourself right in one of the nuts, and you'll be awake.
No, I will not. I'll be crying. I'll be crying. And
Oh,
But
you
you'll
don't
be
punch
awake.
yourself. You just go,
Yeah.
a little. I'm up.
Yeah. I thought it went well. It's a really cool league. It's been a long time since I've bowled in a scratch league where, you know what, there's competition every single week, every match.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. We'll have more on that. You know, let's get a couple weeks in or a couple
Months.
Well, I don't know if we need to wait a couple of
Well,
months.
Tim, you're saying a couple weeks. That is
Oh,
technically
yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
months.
True, you're right. So maybe after next month, we'll talk a little
Yeah.
bit. We'll have 4 matches in at that point. Our team suffered a couple of tough losses.
That's because you bowled with only 3 one match, or only 4 because my dumbass didn't show up because I suck. And we'll just say that.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself. I've seen worse strings.
By who? Marianne School for the Blind?
Well, I was going to say Jordan when he was like 3.
Right.
We won't say.
Okay, Bri. We all have those days, man.
Couple of upcoming
Just being
tournaments.
upfront and honest about it. Come on.
I know.
Put as much lipstick as you want on a pig. It's still a pig.
I mean, mine was when I was like 11 years old in youth bowling, but still.
I bowled better then, so I don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, I will say this. Brian did not look for a large building to jump off.
Yes, I did. Stop lying.
Okay, Brian did not jump off a large building.
There you go. That's better.
And he had suicide watch on speed dial, so.
And I bowled the next match, and I bowled well. And that one's recorded, so.
He did bowl well. I do want to shout out Bob Lee. Is it Spread Eagle Productions? Is it
Spread Eagle Productions? I believe, yes.
He will be, I believe, there every Sunday or every day, not whatever.
Every Sunday
bowling
Pro League stop, if you will.
He has set up his equipment on lanes 5 and 6. And he will be taping both matches on those days on lanes 5 and 6.
And doing commentary.
Yes, and doing commentary. And he will do some production, and we'll have those out. He said his goal was to have them out like the next day. Let's give the guy a little bit of
leeway. He has
here,
a life too, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty neat. He's got a cool setup. So I
will say it makes you focus a little more, even though it's a league. It really, you realize like, okay, like this is recorded. Like,
oh yeah, you don't want to screw up on TV.
Oh, I mean, I certainly did. So I'm not worried about it.
We had a good match though. It was our team and Bobby Witt's team. So
yeah, we should have taken 8, and instead we split
4-4.
It was ugly.
Is that because Tim blew it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ultimately, if you're in the anchor spot,
halfway through the 3rd string, we were up 40. We'll leave it at that.
Is that the 3rd string that you lost, or?
Yeah.
Yes, we lost the 3rd string. We were up after Tim finished his 5th box. We were up 40
on the total, or just on the string?
On the string.
Okay. What was the total?
Oh,
we won total.
We won total. Okay. We won the 1st string big, and then the 2nd string was a close one. Bobby threw a huge hammer. A huge hammer in the 10th.
And then put a really nice spare on it.
Yeah. And then I had an opportunity in the 10th of my own on the 3rd one. Threw the spare. Needed 4 to tie, 5 to win. And got 3.
Timothy, you can't play the 4-7 every time.
I didn't play the 4-7.
He played the 2. He played the 2-8.
I played the 2-8.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Except he only took. Would you only take the 2?
No, that was in the 1st match.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, down 3. Throw a spare in the 9th. make it a great cut shot. Nice 2-and-2 cut shot. Very next ball goes by the head pin right onto the 2. I'm like, hey, that's okay. It's three pins. I've been getting breaks all match. Doink the quarter pin. Yep.
You made the 2-4-6-10 on that too.
I know. I made a great shot, but I didn't fill it because.
Why would we ever want to hit the head pin 2 boxes in a row? We say that a lot on Thursday night. That's our motto. Why would we ever want to hit the head pin 2 boxes in a row?
It never works.
Upcoming tournaments: Pro Series Singles Knockout, October 17th. Shift times are 11 a.m., 2 p.m. at Spare
2 is
Time.
full, as I saw today on Facebook.
You didn't allow me to finish.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. It is at Spare Time in Whitensville. I don't know. It's somewhere in Massachusetts. The 2 p.m. shift.
Ways away.
Yeah. 2 p.m. shift is full. 2 p.m. shift is full. 11 a.m. shift, plenty of room. Sign up. Should be fun. This Saturday will be the ICBA World's Singles. I say that in quotation because, well, there's no Canadian representation. That will be held at Big 20, I believe, at 1 o'clock. This Saturday at Big 20 in Scarborough. Aaron Merrill, Shannon Scribner from Maine for the women. Myself and Mark Carrier for the men. New Hampshire is Josh Daly, Sean Crow, I think, for the men. Women are Nikki McKeever, and I can't remember who the other one is, and I don't know who's representing Massachusetts. I haven't seen the official lineup. And the last one I have that I can think of right off the top of my head is obviously the Chicha events changed from the 2 men, 1 woman to singles events. Still time to sign up. Look on Candlepin Chat. You'll find it on there for the information.
He is having the 2 men, 2 men, 1 woman tournament in February, though. So check that out, too. You can sign up.
Oh, yes. Yeah. What else you guys got, gentlemen?
There's a couple tournaments in Nova Scotia coming up. I just can't find them at this point in time, but I think they're both in October. One, I think, is in New Glasgow. And last, I think I saw they had 9 teams, maybe 10. I think they're trying to fill the alleys, which is 16 teams. I believe it is the 2nd annual Robert Borden Memorial, because he passed away during COVID, I believe. So, I don't remember how many teams are signed up. I think it might be 10. And they're looking for 16. So if you have a team, want to go down, proof of vaccination and will be required. So make sure you're vaccinated or you will not be able to bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't necessarily have that down here in the States.
Aren't you guys lucky?
Of course, you could just get the vaccination, but I mean,
that's for another time and topic.
Oh, is that another time and topic? Oh, sorry.
Tim, you just don't get it. You don't get it.
No, I trust the science. I'm all good.
No, we got the vaccine. So if we do get it, we won't get it.
Right. We'll just get it.
Yeah.
Versus getting it. Yeah.
Get it.
I'll get it and lay in my own bed and be like, oh, this sucks. Instead of laying in a hospital bed with a tube in my throat, not being able to move.
Yeah.
Rant over.
Let's see. Just so you know, Bob Lee, as we've been discussing, Bob Lee has posted the Sunday Pro League at Exeter Match 1. Team Daly versus Packard is up. That is on youtube.com on his... hold on, I'm going to load it up here so I can... Spread Eagle Productions. Whoa. Seems kind of loud.
Don't Google that. that could get you in trouble.
What, Spread Eagle?
Spread Eagle Productions.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Isn't the big doubles next weekend?
Oh,
October
that's right. There's
9th?
a big money match.
Yeah, isn't that October 9th? Next weekend.
Next Saturday. A week from this
Yeah.
coming Saturday. 2 weeks, basically. A week and a half.
essentially. Yeah, a week and a half.
What do we got for that money match? $2,500 at stake.
Yeah.
We have Winchell and Fuller
Yes.
taking on McKinley and Baker.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that will be streamed. I believe it will be. I think Bob Lee and Spread Eagle Productions, I believe, will be streaming that.
Very cool.
I think that will be live. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that one is. I think that's again. Each guy's putting up $500 of their own money.
Yeah.
And Rob Exeter is kicking in $500 to the winning team.
Yeah.
I believe.
Good $500 day.
$750.
Math is hard.
Nope, $750 per person if you win.
Math is hard.
If they're each kicking in 500. So if the three of us, if Marky and I were bowling you two, we're putting up 500, 500. You're putting up 500, 500. And we win
because I have to pay for have Calvin bowl with me.
Okay, and we win. What do we get? 500, right?
You get 0.
No, answer the question. If we win, we get what? 500 each, right?
Oh, 0.
And then if Rob's kicking in 500 to the winning team, that's 250 a person. So if you take 250 plus 500, what do you get?
6,842.
Yeah, okay.
And 67 cents.
Exactly.
Was that it?
Yep, you were right.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
You get me playing Mickey Mouse Clubhouse hot dog song outside your hotel room in November for 12 hours straight while you try and sleep.
That's solid.
So, anywho, we're way over what we were going to do tonight. Per usual.
As per usual.
As per usual.
We like to talk.
As usual. You guys, please send us your questions, your comments, your concerns to rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Ripping the Rack Podcast. Brian, where can they hear us and see us?
Well, Tim, they can hear us on Anchor, Breaker, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever else you consume your podcast mediums.
Wow. Okay. All right. You can catch Brian and Marky out on Sundays. Well, technically, you can catch them on Thursday, Friday mornings.
Are you okay, Jim? Are you losing it?
You can find them like at midnight or something like that, 12, 1 in the morning on twitch.tv/JohnnyDeathDrop.
Some random time.
Dudes and Belts Chatcast. You can also find them on Sundays. Sunday. 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on twitch.tv, Johnny Death Drop. Dudes and Belts Chatcast. At what time, Brian?
9 p.m. Sunday, 1 a.m. Friday morning.
Okay. And you cannot catch Calvin anywhere because
I can't move. I can't leave my house.
He can't go anywhere or do anything.
He's now the hermit of the North.
Yes. He's the King Hermit of the North. So thank you all again. Appreciate you guys listening for 70 plus weeks in a row of us chatting about Candlepin Bowling and all that is wonderfulness that comes with Candlepin Bowling.
Bye.
That's all I got.
Good night.
Bye, Easter Bunny.